Hello, welcome back. And today is going to be a story. I think about it from time to time. And this is when I first started out selling, and I wasn't as street smart as I am now. But so I met this guy, and I forget how I met him, but he had some really good meth. And he said, "Stop by, and I can sell you some. I can sell you an 8 ball if you want." We hit it off pretty good. I said, "All right." He gave me his phone number, and in them days I didn't really have very much money. You'd have to wait to get paid and that kind of shit. But so this one guy, I know his name is Larry, and Larry I knew from the very beginning. He actually knows how to cook meth, and he also is dead now too. He died from cancer. But in the early days, he gave us some pills one time to have someone else cook it, and then we were going to bring it back to him, but they basically ripped off the pills, and he was pissed. And that was like the first time I ever got ripped off. Anyways, we patched it up since it's been a few years since that day. But he calls me up and says, "Hey, do you know where I can get an 8 ball? Oh, and it's really fucking good." So he said, "All right, I'll pick you up." I go, "Okay, yeah, I just got to run over by the college and pick it up." He said, "All right." So I called the dude and I said, "Yeah, you got any shit?" He said, "Yeah, I got some." I said, "Okay, I'll be over. I said something like, "Yeah, I'm coming from Franklin Street," which means I got a Franklin. It means I got $100 or something. If I would have said, "You got an Ozzy Osbourne ticket available," well, that means I want a OZ, which means an ounce of meth, a little bit of code talk there. But I said, "Yeah, I'm coming from Franklin Street." Or wait, no, I said something like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go shoot some pool later," or something like that. Yeah, that meant I wanted an 8 ball. He said, "Yeah." I went over there, and Larry was in his truck, and he drops me off. I go inside, and I'm going, "So you got it?" And this guy's like, "No, my buddy's coming over." I said, "Well, I thought you said you had it." "Well, I did, but then someone else came and got that one, so I could tell he was kind of lying. So I said, "All right, I'll wait." So I waited, and I said, "How long is it going to be?" He said, "Oh, like 10 minutes. He's on his way." Okay, so I'm waiting. And he says, "You got the money?" I said, "Yeah, I got the money." Which was like $250 or whatever. So then I'm waiting, and then my phone rings. And he goes, "Who's that?" I go, "Well, it's my buddy. It's his 8 ball. It's his money. He's outside in his truck." And he goes, so I answered and I said, "Hey, yeah, right. Well, I ain't got all night. All right." So then this guy's buddy shows up, and I'm thinking, all right, fine. He's got the shit. So he comes in, and I'm like, "So you got some shit?" And he's like, "No, I don't have it. I gotta run. And get it in a little while. Something happened or this or that." And I'm like, "Okay." So now it's taking longer, and I'm waiting, and we're waiting, and they're making this small talk, which I'm starting to get a little nervous. Like, what the fuck are these guys up to? And in the meantime, my phone keeps ringing. It's Larry outside, and I get him on the phone, and I answer it, and he's like, "What the fuck's going on?" And they could hear him yelling and shit, and I go, "Just hang on. And he's going, "Well, get your ass out of here. Let's just leave." And I'm going, "No, just hang on, because if I go back out there and give him the money, then I'm out everything. I don't get my little finder's fee, or I don't get to get high with him, or nothing like that." And the guys kept saying, "No, it's coming. It's coming." He goes, "Just have him go home, and then we'll give you a ride over there." And I'm like going, "No, I don't think so." I'm starting to think a little like, what the fuck are these guys up to? I got the money, they got. So I'm thinking maybe these guys are trying to rip me off. Maybe, beat me up, rip me off, and send me packing, because if I send this guy home and he goes home and waits for me, and then they rip me off, and I show up at his place and say I got ripped off. Well, you see, now in Larry's eyes, what does it look like? It looks like I ripped him off. So I wasn't having that. He was just gonna be out there waiting, and I said, "No, you're just gonna have to hang on." And he was pissed. And these guys were not. The reaction wasn't like I expected. So I'm waiting and waiting, and I said, "Well, come on, guys, when's this coming?" And they're trying to make light of it, like it's no big deal, it's no big deal. And my phone rings again, and they know it's Larry, and I know it's Larry, and they're saying, "Just have him go home, and it'll be good." And so I answer the phone, and he says, "Hey, motherfucker, if you don't," because at this time I was living at my mom and dad's house in the basement. He goes, "If you don't get out here right fucking now, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna fucking be waiting in your mom and dad's driveway." And the guys are looking at me, and I'm looking at them, and I go, "If you fucking go sit in my mom and dad's driveway," I said, "I'm gonna get this shit and I'm gonna deliver it right to your fucking wife." And they're looking at me, and once again, their reaction wasn't what I expected. And Larry goes, "All right, just hurry the fuck up." Cool. So then time went on, and they finally said, "Ah, it fell through. Sorry, man, we can't get it." So I said, "All right, well, thanks for a big waste of time." And I went outside and I jumped in Larry's truck, and he was fucking pissed. And he goes, What the fuck was that all about?" I said, "Well, I think they were trying to rip me off." I said, "Here's your money back. And as I thought about it, as time went on, of course they were trying to rip me off. It happens so often. But whether I was going to get beat up or maybe I was going to get beat up by Larry, I don't know. But from that point on, oh, yeah, that dog likes making noise. Anyways, hey Flash. Anyways, from that point on, I realized that I gotta tighten up my game a little more and be a little bit more self-aware and a little bit of what's going on around me, and that's what happened. So if you're thinking of going and becoming a dealer, I wouldn't. That one I just lucked out. It could have turned out way worse. But yeah, leave a like, subscribe, let me know what you think of that one, and we'll have more stories for you. And I'll talk to you later.